The truth I'm about to tell has followed me for years, like a shadow. A truth about a boy who never got the chance to say goodbye. He disappeared without a word, no call, no message, nothing. I thought he stopped loving me, but the truth was something I never imagined. That day, nothing felt normal. The weather was colder than usual, the sky darker, and Daniel's messages were shorter. We were supposed to meet, like always, like two people who believed the world became a little kinder when they were together. But he didn't come. No message, no call, not even an explanation. He just disappeared. I called his number 1,000 times. The sound of the voicemail felt like a wall standing between us. And that night, for the first time, everything he had ever said suddenly turned into questions. 2 weeks later, his behavior became even stranger. His texts were shorter, his voice quieter, and his eyes tired. Whenever I asked, "Daniel, what's going on?" he smiled, a half smile, the kind that hurt more than crying. He said, "It's nothing important. I'm just a little busy." But he knew he was lying. And I knew it too. But I didn't want to believe it. Because some truths break you. Slowly, he pulled away from me. Fewer plans, shorter calls, and sometimes he disappeared for hours. One night, I said, "If you don't want to be with me anymore, I'll leave myself." His eyes trembled for a moment, like someone stuck between telling the truth and breaking someone's heart. He only said, "Nina, just give me time." I didn't, because I thought he was leaving me, not knowing that he was fighting something bigger than me, bigger than himself. One day, there was an envelope at my door, with handwriting I could recognize even with my eyes closed. "For Nina, if this reached you late, I'm sorry." My hand shook. I opened the envelope. Inside was a letter, and the first sentence took all the air out of my chest. I didn't leave because I stopped caring. I left because I got sick. I froze. Something like electricity ran down my spine. Daniel had written, "I found out 3 months ago that my illness is serious. The doctor said I might not have much time. I didn't want to pull you into a world that smells like hospitals in fear. I didn't want your last memory of me to be my weakness." Tears fell onto the paper. I didn't know if they were mine or his. He wrote, "I want you to know my leaving wasn't betrayal. It was fear. It was love. It was protecting you." I hadn't even finished the letter when my knees gave out. And the last line changed my heart forever. "If one day you learn why I left, know that you were the last hope of my short life." That day I realized I was never abandoned. I was protected. In the wrong way, but out of love. A few days later, Daniel passed away. No goodbye, no last look, no final words. And that empty space stayed inside me for years. For a long time, I asked myself, why the goodbye never happened. Then I understood. Some people, instead of becoming another weight on our pain, choose to quietly, silently, heroically walk away from us. Not because we weren't enough, but because they don't want to break us. And today, after all these years, when I think of Daniel, I don't feel sadness. I feel gratitude. Because his love, even in silence, made me better, made me stronger, and taught me some goodbyes are not betrayal nor cruelty, but the most beautiful form of love.